Previously on Dice Drop. Basically, what happened, I got taken to a warehouse. I met some chick with purple eyes named River. She can do weird shit like, what was it again? Ah, right. She can stretch her arms, as far as I can tell. Oh yeah, I can talk to lizards and computers. Just making that clear. Beyond that, there was some Richie Rich bitch that came in here named Remy. She cried a little bit. The nerd gave her a hug. That's about it, yeah.
Hi, my name's Allie, and I play River.
My name is Kyle Castles. I play Oswald Silva.
Hi guys, my name is Elena, and I play Remy.
And my name is James, and I'll be your friendly neighborhood dungeon master for this evening. And welcome to Dice Drop. So, it is morning now. What are you guys doing?
What time in the morning is it?
About 7 in the morning.
River is not awake.
Neither is Oswald.
Remy?
I feel like Remy is an early riser because she just got out of college. Like, she's on her technical spring break. So I feel like she's still on that sleep schedule of get up early. And she's doing, like, her early morning, like, yoga. Like, ooh,
Does she see Jira or Pearl anywhere?
Inside of her mind, she's thinking, don't look at the creepy reptiles, and down into downward dog. Now up into the air and breathe in. Don't look at the creepy reptiles.
You give me a perception check.
Me?
Yep.
Okay.
Which one's behind? Which
That's
one's
a
behind?
natural 20 with a +2, so a 22, my good James.
You do notice the giant water dragon that is Jira kind of coming out and looking at you, and he starts walking over to you, kind of investigating what you're doing.
I do like a little huff, like what I just did, like, of course. And then I'm going to like look and see if there's anyone else in the room, and then I'm gonna try to like flick some water that's like probably like lying around in here, and like just feed him like a drop, like, you know, like a little, like probably like a palm-sized amount into a ball, and just like flick it right into his mouth.
Okay. Now, with your perception check, you do you hear footsteps coming from the kitchen area around this time. You also hear like the of arrows being shot, like multiple arrows being shot in rapid succession.
Is this loud?
About as loud as a bow and arrow gets.
So not too loud.
So, River, give me awareness check. Just a straight awareness check.
Okay.
Yeah. Just a straight awareness check.
15.
15?
Yeah.
You do hear it. Like, it's loud enough that it's like you're having a fairly halfway decent dream, and suddenly like Xander shows up with a bow and arrow and starts shooting you.
Fun. She rolls out of bed screaming. Ah, what the fuck? She's on the floor now. She's withering.
Was it a loud scream?
Yeah.
Then I feel like with that, even if Remy was trying to, like, if she was even like having some success with it, she immediately would have had the water just drop. Because she doesn't want people seeing her using these abilities.
Yeah, Remy, I need you. Give me a...
Sleight of
call it a
hand.
dex. We'll call it a dex check, since you're actually... Yes.
A 13. Not bad.
No, you were kind of having some luck with it, but as soon as River starts screaming, you lose your concentration, and it lands like in a small puddle right in front of Jira. And
He rolls around on it like a puppy.
Jira's just kind of looking at it, looks up at you, looks down at it, and he kind of looks a little disappointed at how small water it is. The small amount of water. But River, you scream. It's a loud enough scream that everybody pretty much heard it.
Sorry.
It's not 2 seconds after your scream that Blink is in your room.
Hey, what up, my man? No evil actors in here, right?
Are you okay?
Physically or mentally?
Both.
So physically, I think I'm pretty okay. I mean, I'm like this rubber band human, but at the same time, mentally, no, it's gone. I watched that thing fly away when I was like 10.
I feel that on an emotional level.
Should talk more.
Breakfast on in 20. Sure you're good? Good?
Here's the thing. If you see either of my exes, I have 2 of them, very bad choices in my life. You don't look at me like that. Just kill them. Just kill them for me. I'll be out in a minute. All right. She rolls on the floor on her belly, pretending like she is no longer there.
Yeah, Blink is just, okay. Closes the curtain and goes back to the kitchen.
I feel like Remy would stop him at this point and be like, it was Rodney, isn't it?
Yeah.
If possible, if it's not too inconvenient, could I get, and then I gesture towards t-shirt, pajama shorts, slippers. Like, well, she's not wearing slippers if she's doing yoga, but like that whole ensemble, like, would it be possible to get different clothes? I don't think that I should be walking around in just my gym jams all the time.
I want River to like inch her way out like an interim and be like, "Let's go, be all black, sweetheart."
You see Oswald poke his head out, and he's kind of he just looks at Remy and says, "I'm in my PJs all the time. I don't see what the problem is here."
River extends her arm as far as it can go to give Oswald a fist bump.
I just put my fist up, but like slightly behind my head, because I'm assuming that the rooms are like lined up to where she's behind me.
Pretty much, yeah.
Yeah, so I just put my fist up, but like facing behind me.
So Oswald, now that you poke your head out, you see Jira just kind of still staring at this small amount of water, and he looks up at you and
This is bullshit.
I think you're gonna have to get over that, buddy.
Just think when she gets a hold of her powers, she's gonna be like, "She is my queen."
And Remy is like slightly freaked out because all she hears is just random hissing noises coming from Oswald, and she's like,
Rodney looks at you, Remy, and just he kind of looks you up and down, not in a creepy way, but more of a
let's get your
maybe.
measurements.
Pretty much, he's kind of measuring you real quick and just kind of contemplating for a second.
So what you're saying is he's looking at her and he says, "Let's get down to business." To dress those funds.
He kind of so Remy's about 5'6", right?
She is exactly 5'6".
So how tall is River?
River's 5'2".
Okay.
I
How
would
tall
be
is
closer.
Shade?
I'm
She's
5'7". I'd be closer.
Yeah, River is 5'2" and is 95 pounds.
How tall
Okay.
is Shade?
Okay, so River, the clothes that you got yesterday
They're
are
like falling off.
they're a little baggy. They're not too big. Shade is about 5'4", so she's right in between you two.
Okay, good.
So for me, it'd be a little snug.
Yeah, so Rodney just kind of starts thinking for a minute, and then for the first time, you actually see his ability at work, and you see like a blue dash as he runs up the staircase, and
River's just watching him like, whoa.
and then back down like about a minute later, and then you hear Shade going, "Shit, what the fuck?" And Blink just kind of, these might be a little small for you, but it's kind of the best we can do right now. And he hands you like a pair of sweatpants and like a old t-shirt that with like a band logo on it.
I like look at it and I go, "This could work. Thank you, dear."
Those are a little big for Shade, so maybe they'll fit you, but they might still be a little small. I don't know this stuff. I'm gonna go back and flip my bacon.
I look like a potato sack right now, but you don't hear me complaining. She
I'm
gets
gonna
up.
go in and change. I'm done with my early morning yoga.
River grabs the cigarette from her old pants and starts walking outside so she can finally have a proper smoke.
So you step outside. Nice, crisp, early morning air. You hear the traffic of the upper districts kind of far away. You're kind of right on the edge of the lower districts and the outer districts. So you can kind of get a good view of the city without being like right under it, so to speak, like you're used to.
Oh, cool. She's enjoying the view then. She's having a good time. It's a good smoking day.
It's nice, crisp autumn air, a little chill on the breeze. Oswald, what are you doing?
Is there like a table where all the food is going to be placed at some point?
Yeah, there's like a dining room table, a fairly large dining room table, like service for 8 kind of size.
I'll probably just go sit there and just
Okay.
wait.
Rodney is preparing breakfast. You can see him in the little kitchenette they have. Flipping bacon. You can smell bacon, eggs, seasoned potatoes, things like that. He's kind of preparing like a good breakfast. So Remy, I assume you get changed.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. All of you see a very sleepy the two of you that are still inside hear Shade coming down the stairs. Just thump, 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 thump. And she just marches over to Rodney. And she is basically in her pajamas, her makeshift pajamas, and just looks up at him, rude, and goes to sit at the table.
I look at her and I'm like, what crawled up your ass and died?
Oh God.
She glares at you.
Rodney's like, yes, another one.
I'm just staring back, like not even realizing, people skills not that great.
For one thing, him barging into my room and rummaging through my drawers first thing in the morning. Rude. Still rude. I'm sorry, we have guests and they needed clothes. I'm sorry. And now I've got a smart-ass little... I need coffee.
River comes
I need
inside.
coffee. I need coffee. And she
River
gets
comes
up from the
inside,
table.
smells like cigarette.
Oswald just shrugs.
I come in and I'm just like walking up and I'm like not realizing what this situation is, and I'm just like, morning y'all, and just like take a seat down at the breakfast table.
You get a glare from Shade.
River finally walks in, just like a part of the shirt just like hanging off her shoulder because it's so loose on her, and she just comes in smelling like fresh like cigarette. She's like, that's a really nice view you guys have out there.
You mean of the agriculture, and we can kind of see the city?
You should see where I live.
Huh. I guess from your perspective, where do you live? This is Rodney.
Sal's junkyard?
Yeah, I got some car parts there.
I live.
Remy's eyes are just wide the moment she said, basically, the dump, and she's like, oh.
Yeah, I live over there on one of the Earthbound vehicles with the dumbass Gil. Gil lives a few cars down from me.
Do you mean the skinny guy with kind of dreads?
He's the reason that I got into the mess in the first place. I'm very pissed at him.
Yeah. Oh.
Yeah, so I lived in a junkyard in a car.
Huh.
She sits down at the table.
So when was the last time you had a proper meal? Okay, fair enough. It's a good thing I made a big breakfast. I was trying to cheer you guys up, but it seems like you just need the nutrition.
She's still trying to think about it. She's like, I think Barney got me some chicken nuggets. Like,
oh dear God, child, just stop. And Blink is just hurriedly flipping bacon. You guys notice the thumping of arrows on target stop, and you see Hood walk out from somewhere behind the kitchenette where you guys would have seen the training area yesterday. Walks out, quiver strapped across his chest, bow slung over his shoulder, shirtless, glistening in sweat.
River whistles.
Oh, right. New people.
There's no stop us in Drift River, I'm sorry.
Remy, like, casually looks, but then, like, acts like she's not looking. Like, she'll, like, side-eye for, like, a second, and then, like, look away, and then, like, just, like, pretending she's not looking at him.
Does River notice this?
Remy, give me a deception check. River, give me a perception check.
Hell yeah.
Oh. I had an unnatural 20 of an 18 plus 4 because I have expertise in deception.
But I got a 23 because I have a +8.
Oh my god, that's amazing.
Yeah, so, Remy, you're doing a fairly good job of, like, side-eye, look away. Like, you want to look, but you're playing it cool.
I'm like,
River,
that's some nice, we could get some nice crown molding up in here. Oh.
River doesn't even know what that is.
You have an interior decorator.
It looks like Hood doesn't notice. But River, you definitely see the side eye.
Hell yeah. River then like snaps her fingers in front of Remy and goes, "You into that?" Like she does it really quietly, like I see that.
Like when that happens, she's like the whole like, and then just focusing on like the 3 fingers in front of her, or like the 2 or whatever, like just the fist in front of her, and like it's just
your
like,
manicure's fine, princess. Give me my answer.
No, she's focusing on your fingers because you snapped in front of her.
Oh,
Like she's like, ah.
River's still just like pointing her eyes to Hood and then looking back at Remy and pointing her eyes to Hood, and she's just like,
Yeah, Shade walks over with a gigantic cup of coffee and just looks at Hood like she's seen this every morning for like years, and just looks up at him. Hood, go put on a shirt. We have guests.
I don't think Remy wants you to.
And at that, like, she like slams her hands on the table and stands up and she goes, "Coffee? Where's the coffee?" And then like walks over to the coffee.
Boss,
And then pours herself a cup.
I look at River and I'm like, not very smooth. Just not very smooth at all.
Was I supposed to be? Or was she supposed to be? I'm confused which one of us you were talking about.
You can't just out somebody like that. That's like a solid no. Like
I feel like she's gotten her entire life handed to her on a fucking golden platter. I'm going to give her some.
That would be a silver platter.
Nah, it's pure gold for her, my man. Look at her. Look how she walks and talks.
Yeah.
Then
Definitely.
after taking a nice
this princess some shit.
after taking a nice deep sip without even turning around, because I imagine they're saying, are they saying this loud enough for her to hear?
Oh, River's not keeping it quiet.
I'm just making sure. Like, she goes, "For your information, we did not have any silver nor gold." And then
So
takes
you had-
a sip.
How many rooms in your house did you have?
She's taking a second to think about it, and is just like,
That's the problem.
Probably about not including the laboratory built underneath, nor the staff quarters, or anything like that. We're looking at probably about 8 different rooms.
Oh, that's not too many. That's all right.
I lived in a car for over a year and a half.
But granted, these rooms were like pretty huge, so I don't know. My
I
bedroom's
lived
probably
in
about the size of
foster
the
care since
warehouse.
I was 6, and you're telling me you lived in a loving family with a great house your entire life with everything. Nah, I want her out. I can't live with this privilege.
I put my hand on River's shoulder and I'm like, all right, take a breath, sip your coffee.
I need another cigarette. I need another. There is no more. I need another.
Rodney puts a plate of bacon on the table, looks at you, River, and just, those are bad for you, and walks away to get the rest of the breakfast.
River then goes, yeah, well, so is bacon if you have too much of it, huh?
I look at Rodney and I'm like, my man.
I come back over and I'm done stirring my coffee, and then I tap the spoon on top, and it's just he's not wrong, and then sips another sip.
Rodney finishes bringing the kind of buffet of breakfast over. River, this is probably the most food you have ever seen in your life at one time.
River's sinking in her chair because she can't. she's done. Rested, someone's gonna have to pry her mouth open to have that bacon, because right now this is a lot.
Hood has disappeared for a moment. He comes back out, shirt on, no bow, no quiver.
Remy's just dipping her bacon into maple syrup and is just eating it.
I really thought you were about to say dipping the bacon into the coffee, and I was like, you absolute madman.
That's what I was
Remy
thinking.
is a foodie at heart. She does not desecrate bacon.
As I throw a strip of bacon to Jiro.
River's kind of freaking out with all the food, and she's just alright, so technically I paid them so much money, so I should be okay, and they will not come after me and say I owe them money, because she still doesn't trust anyone. And she goes,
Are you saying this out loud?
No, you can see her calculating in her head, she has her finger up and it's moving, and she is going in her head bank of how to do all this.
The Julia Roberts meme.
Yeah.
Well, first and foremost, when Hood comes out, you see him dragging Data by the scruff of his neck.
Data!
Sits him down at a chair, and Data's just kind of slumps over.
Man, I feel
Morning,
that.
sweetie. Morning, and I toss him a dip, a roll or something. I don't know what kind of food we have here, but it's just tossing him a biscuit or something onto his plate, and is eat up. And then she continues eating.
Give me a dexterity check.
Of how well I toss this biscuit.
You're gonna throw it at the poor boy. He's a little...
You nail him. You nail him upside the head
Dear God.
with a biscuit. Just.
She's
And then I
Remy.
start talking a mile a minute. Oh my God, I'm so sorry, my dear. I'm so sorry. And then I get up out of my chair and I put him back up, and I'm touching him and all this other stuff. And I'm fixing his everything.
Data's
What
gonna
you-
fall in love with Remy.
what you see is it bounces off of his head. He catches it and just starts nibbling on the biscuit. He doesn't even notice.
Did you see Nier from Death Note? Is that Data?
You can't prove it.
I did just now.
So he you are apologizing, Remy, and he's just nibbling on this biscuit food from heaven. Cool.
Biscuit.
River's
now
still
have
eating, by the way. River's so afraid that she's gonna owe these people something, so she's just sitting there with an empty plate, kind of looking at her fingers.
River, you see Shade walk over, slam her hand in front of you, and start piling food onto your plate, and then grabs a spoonful of eggs and just open.
I don't like where this is going.
Open, or I will have Hood force you to.
You know what? I'd rather you feed me than that muscle brain.
Good, because I wouldn't do it anyway. Hood says as he's on his 8th piece of bacon.
Oh, good. Lovely. She takes the spoon from Shane. She's thanks.
So it's a nice breakfast. You guys are having a nice family meal, kinda. It's got a very family vibe. You see Hood and Rodney just kind of passing jokes back and forth, trying to include you guys in the conversation, but it's their morning family breakfast. So when everybody's pretty much done eating, Rodney looks at you, Oswald, and so what are their names again?
Well, the big lizard his name is Jira. And then the snake that I really don't know where she is. She's just kind of around somewhere. Her name is Pearl.
Isn't that a little troubling? You
Not
know
really.
what?
She figures out places pretty well, and she always knows where I am somehow. So
I'm here.
Do I know where that came from?
Yeah, you hear it from like under you. She's like curled under your seat.
Oh.
I like that you made the reptiles basically cats, James.
Yeah, basically.
I think Pearl is more of a cat and Jira's more of a dog.
Yeah, basically.
You're not wrong. But Rodney kind of looks at you and just, so what do they eat?
Well, the Jira pretty much eats whatever I throw at him. He doesn't really care too much as long as he gets fed. But
I like
Pearl,
mice.
he said he likes mice quite a bit. But
Oh, we have plenty of those around here.
yeah, I don't know if
I
he's
can
really the
definitely
hunting
catch
type.
some.
I don't know if he's really the hunting type.
We
but-
used to have this game when I was a kid where instead of, playing games, you would catch mice in the alleyways because there was nothing else better to do. I'm going to continue eating because I'm realizing how bad my childhood was. Goodbye.
You
Remy
clearly
likes-
had an amazing childhood compared to
Remy
mine.
just stops mid-eating and is just looking at her like, oh my dear God, you poor child.
Don't eat your fucking pity.
Well, that's how she's looking at her. She's not saying anything.
As far as Pearl goes, though, she only eats mice. That's the only thing I've ever been able to get her to eat. So,
I like mice.
yes, I know.
I caught 2 this morning.
So you're the hunter. That's interesting. All right. Did you give any to Jira?
Was I supposed to?
The next one you catch, you give to him. All right.
You hear Jira in the background.
Asshole.
Jira is
I
just
really-
having a disappointing morning.
I
Yep, he's
really
not
wish
having a
you
good
could
day.
hear these animals because it would be a riot.
So,
At that point, I'm gonna pick Pearl up and just set her down on the table.
Whoa, snake on the table.
I scooch back, just basically pick up my food and just scooch back just the littlest bit, no, there's a reptile on the table. Oh, gee, thanks. Oh, just in my head, great.
She'll pretty much stay right here. She doesn't really go anywhere. She,
What?
she explores, but not really.
Watch out, Oswald. Princess is scared of the noodle with a very long tongue.
I think you're referring to her as a danger noodle. Yes.
Yeah, that sounds about right, but I am also a danger noodle, and all of a sudden she flips.
Oh my god. Oswald's just gonna go back to eating now.
Hood kind of leans back in his chair and just, so, we should probably get down to business. Is everybody, sated?
I suppose so. Yeah.
You can keep eating if you want. I don't care. So, the professor has been, kidnapped. Professor, and, Renee has been murdered.
Remy winces. Just a, and then her whole body clenches.
Yeah. So, but we have, these new guys here. Welcome, I guess, to our little whatever you want to call this. But Remy, I'm sure you have a lot of questions.
Why only the princess have questions? I have.
Because she's the professor's daughter.
What the fuck? Okay, this is a lot. You had a very intense night now. Everything's coming back to me. I remembered. I tried consoling you. It didn't work out. Apologize for that. Go on, princess.
She takes a second to gather herself and is just like, okay, so I guess my first question is, why is my daddy associating himself with, and like just gestures to the whole table, you, when his life's mission was to find a cure for the mutations within our bodies? And his daddy before his, and his daddy before his, and then his mama, and so on and so forth.
Right. Kind of getting the picture here. Got it. How do I put this delicately? Shade kind of perks up. You don't, so let me. Shade kind of looks at you. She slides her chair over a little bit. Kind of reaches out, and if you let her, she'll take your hand.
I do.
She's got your hand in both of hers. Remy, your father wasn't really looking for a cure per se for mutation. More like a way to control it, if that makes sense.
Invisible chick say what?
Man, how fucked up would it be if they were testing on Remy the whole time? That'd be pretty fucked up, wouldn't it?
I feel like at that point, if she didn't say invisible chick said what, and she had like any sort of like liquid in her mouth, she would have just spat it out. But like, that's the kind of reaction she would have, like the fuck?
So,
River sitting in the corner is like, not the most fucked up thing I would hear a parent doing to a child.
Yeah,
So-
that's fair.
So the professor kind of found all of us. Hood was a lab rat. I was on the streets. Data was, Data. He was a student, and the professor kind of plucked him. But he taught us all how to control our abilities. He was trying to find a humane way of, teaching us to control them so that we wouldn't be outcasts anymore.
So all of you guys have different abilities then, yeah?
Mm-hmm. Like,
So
you know mine. I can turn invisible.
yeah, super, super awesome, by the way. Really wish that was mine instead of what I got, but that's cool.
Are you kidding? All of yours are really cool. I kind of wish I had Oswald's, to be honest. I kind of want to know what animals can say.
Honestly, they're more just they're kind of assholes. I mean, Pearl's nice. Jira's kind of loner. He kind of looks out for himself, but
So Jira's you?
I just came here to have a good time. Honestly, I'm feeling pretty attacked right now.
So you know mine. I can turn invisible. Blink, you've seen. He can. We call it blinking. It's almost like a teleport, except he can't go through walls. It's kind of like a super speed. But
Have you ever tried to go through a wall?
yes, and it didn't end well.
Ah.
Yeah,
Was he stuck in the wall, or did he just go straight through it?
It was more the professor stood on one side of the door, had me on the other, and I tried to get out because we thought it was teleportation. But, and I just kind of slammed into the door.
I was gonna ask how many times you think you slammed into the door.
Only the once. You look over and you see Shade is holding up 3 fingers.
River does like one of those cocky nods, like, I got you, thank you.
During all this side talk, Remy's just slightly getting more irritated because she's like, I want answers.
And then Hood. Hood's is kind of hard to explain. What's so hard about it? I shoot a bow. Look, I have enhanced senses, okay? I can hear things through walls. I can see in the dark.
That must be an awful superpower.
I can see in the dark. Yeah.
Oh, that's
things like
awful. I can only imagine what your childhood was.
And My brain just caught up.
Yeah, thank you.
Yeah. Look, and I also have this thing, and he points to his eye, and he, if you guys look, you see his eye change from like a sharp blue color, or his right eye change from like a sharp blue color to like an electric red.
Oh. What?
Those are the noises that Remy's making out loud.
Remy's just like what?
River immediately slams her arms up, not knowing if they're going to extend or not, and goes, "Open Moon
Your arms do extend a little bit.
Perfect.
But yeah, that's the professor has been teaching us to control our abilities, so to speak.
So how are you going to teach us to control ours? Because it seems like you went through a lot of tactical stuff to make sure you guys could control yours.
Well, here's the problem. We don't really have time. We'll do our best to train you guys. But as anyone who has worked on a, missing persons case, time is of the essence. So we kind of just have to have you guys learn in the field, so to speak.
Have you seen me? Have you seen this? And all of a sudden she just shoots her arm again anywhere in the kitchen. She doesn't care where.
Give me a dexterity check.
Alright, sweet. Natural 20.
Woo!
Your arm just misses everybody. You, extend your arm toward Hood, and it, misses him by, an inch.
Can I grab something so it stays there and it doesn't extend back to me? Because I don't know how to keep it there right now.
Yeah, you grab, a pipe behind Hood.
Okay. Yeah, I'm just like, do you fucking see this? I am sitting right here and my arm is all the way over there.
Is the arm going past Oswald?
Depends on how you guys are sitting, really. I kind of imagine you two are kind of sitting next to each other. Maybe, possibly, I don't know.
I thought we were sitting next to each other and Remy was right next to Oswald and I was next to Shade and Shade was next to Hood. And then
I imagined that I was sitting across from you guys and Shade was beside me.
Mm-hmm.
Either way.
Yeah. You're close enough that you can see you're within arm's reach of the extended arm.
And at this point, Remy's fully seen exactly what's going on with River. I would like to point that out. She saw the little bits of it the night before, but this is
So Hood, him being the closest to your extendo arm, just kind of looks at it and goes, "That's really gross."
You're fucking telling me you tried dealing with this at your ex-boyfriend's race. Just sort of happened. She lets go of the pipe and it goes flying back like one of those measuring tapes when you push the button and it's extended really far.
At this point, Remy is so irritated at all this small talk. She hardcore slams her hand on the table to get everybody back in attention and looks directly at Hood with stern eyes, just dead serious face, and is like, "All right, how do you plan on saving my daddy if we don't have this much time? I need to know that he's going to be okay because I don't feel like losing another parent today."
At least
Well.
you fucking have one.
Well,
Yeah, for what it's worth, me and River here don't have parents. So.
I fist bump Oswald.
I fist bump back and I'm like, yeah, depression.
Shade and Rodney are both giving you guys the death stare.
Shane knew what
ignoring.
she brought into this house.
I am ignoring.
Hood looks at you, Remy, and just unblinkingly well, here's what I've been working on since last night. We have two options. One, I don't think you guys are ready for. The other, I really don't think you guys are ready. But considering how we need to make use of our time, we need to split up into 2 teams and tackle this. Your father was working in his own lab, of course. But of course, there's always a rival lab in the upper districts. There's probably a few. But there was one in particular who really didn't like him. And that would be Cybertech. The assholes who did this. And he points at his eye again, it goes electric red and goes back to blue.
So can you do that like on demand or what?
Yeah, it's like a trigger in my brain.
Mm.
And yeah, it doesn't do what you think it does.
I didn't think it did more than like just gave you like really good aim or something.
I didn't think it did anything. I have purple eyes.
It's a cybernetic enhancement that allows me to like zoom in and shit.
Ah.
Yeah,
So you have a camera on your face?
pretty much.
Face camera.
Oswald and River are the actual worst.
But anyway,
We're best friends.
I'm thinking they might be behind this. However, your father also may have gotten us a contact with another organization he thought was out to get him. And we were supposed to have a meeting tonight. However, with the professor being kidnapped, we don't know what's going to happen if any of us show up. So I'm thinking we send you 3.
I was gonna say, so that's where we come in, huh?
Yep. So, yeah. This is going to be something.
Alright, so I'm gonna need some details if this is what we're doing.
Well, there's a guy connected to the underground street racing circuit who we need you guys to talk to.
Which guy? River has her eyes closed, and she's just like, which guy?
Not the douchebag.
Oh, thank fucking God. Would I still know him, though? You know me from racing and Xander. I would probably have some form of connection, wouldn't I?
I mean, I don't know. He's a gangbanger named Skull or some shit. I don't know.
Would I know him, James?
Give me an intelligence roll.
Okay. You mean intellect?
Yeah.
Alright. 11.
11. You know a couple of guys with the nickname Skull. A few of them are actual racers.
Mm.
One of them is a lieutenant in like a street gang.
Alright. So are we talking about a racer, or are we talking about a guy in a street gang?
Street gang.
Yeah, I know him.
Yeah. So we don't know what's gonna happen because he at least knows of all of us. But he doesn't know you 3. Well, maybe.
Might be 2. He may know me.
Yeah, but you'll might blend in with the crowd.
She's like pointing to the dreads, and she's pointing to the piercings, and she's pointing to the purple eyes. And she's like,
So, which brings me to my next question. How comfortable are you guys in nightclubs?
Nightclubs, huh?
Yeah.
I guess I'm fine with them.
I can at least put up a good front.
Remy's just like, like, oh, like I've been around a couple of nightclub or 2, and it's just like,
Can River see her getting all like, haha, yeah, I've like been to so many clubs and stuff, and River just go, oh honey, you haven't gone to a nightclub in the underground.
Yeah. A place called Mutation.
That's a little on the nose.
Can I ask you a question? Can I ask you a question, James?
Hmm.
Would that club be the one that Xander cheated on River with, or no?
Yes.
Yeah! Yeah, I know it. I know it well.
Yeah. So, what we need you guys to do is to go to this meeting for us. So, meanwhile, Shade and I will be investigating, so to speak, Astoria Cybertech, the assholes who did this.
So, are we supposed to ask any questions? Like, what are we exactly supposed to be doing?
Talk to the guy.
Any specific questions you want me to ask, or are we just supposed to distract him for some shit?
What are we supposed to find out?
Anything you can on his street gang, or what information he has. What information he was supposed to give the professor. I don't know what the professor was meeting him about. Apparently he has info that the professor wanted.
Why don't we just tell him that Remy is his daughter?
That's a dumb idea, shit for brains.
Oh, no. Because, I don't know, some government agents just came in and is busting down into my home and is killing my mama and taking my daddy. You don't think they're looking out for me?
Yeah, that's fair.
Mm-hmm.
So, now, here's my question. Do you guys want to go in stealthy? Do you want to go in quiet? Or do you want to go in loud?
Loud's more my style, but I could also do stealth depending on what these fucks want to do.
I'm good with quiet or stealth. I'm not very attention drawn to myself person.
I think the important part is to blend in, because if government agents are looking for me, and then she looks at Oswald and River, guarantee they're looking for you too.
Well, I did have a bunch of Black Ops looking guys break into my apartment.
The
Oh,
only
they're trying to
person
kill me.
The only person that was ever after me was my ex, and I'm not sure if he has the balls to even go to the authorities about it. He probably wants to save me for himself.
Giggity?
Oh my god.
And then I look back over to Hood. All right, so when's this meeting?
10 o'clock tonight.
So I guess we're going quiet. Oh, we're gonna need some new clothes.
Shade just kind of looks at you.
Remy perks up.
Shade kind of leans back in her chair, looks at you guys. Oh, I got you. I got you.
She looks at Shade and she goes, "Do you have a cute little black dress? I rock those."
Oh, we can get one.
I look at Shade and I ask, do you have the ability to get 2 very tiny hats for my pets here?
Oswald, we're not bringing the we're not.
They just want to feel included. I can tell you that much.
Can we get Pearl a flower crown?
You
I
see
asked
Pearl.
if she wants a flower crown.
You see Pearl perk up.
I think her body language speaks. You know, you don't. I don't have to translate. Hey, Jira, do you want a little top hat or something?
I would feel fancy.
All right.
It's a yes from both of them. So if you can do that, that'd be great.
Oh, we can make that happen.
Awesome.
River's just looking at Shade and she's just like, Shade, oh my god, I can't believe what I'm about to do. Last time it was not a good time in that club. Here we go again. I'm never going to be allowed back in that club. She just gets up.
You'll be fine. You'll be fine. Nobody will even recognize you except for maybe those crazy exes.
Wait, are both of them going to be there?
I don't know.
Shade?
Look, I only know what one of them looks like. You just mentioned the
Shade?
other one. What? I don't know who's coming tonight.
Data. You know everything
Data is like munching on a piece of bacon. Just
You know everything about me, right?
probably.
Are both of them going to be there tonight?
Considering Xander frequents the place about 6 nights a week, there's a good chance he might be there. Zane, on the other hand, he goes there like once or twice a month. So the odds of both of them being there are highly in your favor.
All right, sweet. Let's go. I'm gonna need a lot to drink. I need a tiny dress and some heels. Let's go. She's like wagging her finger around, like, let's do this. I'm gonna start drinking now.
Drinking's bad for you.
Shut up, Rodney. You wanna know what's also bad for you? Listening to other people's problems. She just walks away.
Rodney
I mean,
just
you
looks at
can't
the
say
rest
she
of it.
doesn't have a point.
Rodney just looks at the rest of the table and just, yeah, she has a point. Hood gets up. Yeah, so any questions? Any questions? Rodney, you're on Overwatch for them. Data, you're on Overwatch for me. Yes. Okay. You and you walking away.
River has both her arms up and does a little wacky, awaitable arm flailing tube man sort of motion.
You three are coming with me.
River follows him immediately. She's so out of it already. She's just like, both my exes are gonna be there at a club that already hates me because I watched my ex cheat on me there. Boop, 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 boop. And she's just like humming that to herself. She's following.
Oswald's gonna get up and say like, "All right, that sounds good," and then he's gonna pick up Pearl and put her on top of his head, and then just sort of like motion to Jira and be like, "All right, you're gonna follow me this whole time, but we're basically going on a walk. Just don't I don't have a leash, so just don't walk
I
away.
also have no shitting bag, so please don't."
Please shit on the floor as much as possible."
You hear Blink audibly just sigh.
River immediately screams, You are the one that brought the pets!"
I look at him and I'm like, I was pretty much joking when I said that. So.
All right, you three with me. Come on, princess.
And I want it known that I am wearing Pearl as a hat.
I know, and I love it. It's the best fashion statement. Wear that to a club.
Yep.
Is Remy following?
Of course. She
Okay.
wants to go get clothes.
You're not getting close. All right, you three. Yeah. Stretch, come here. And he leads all three of you to the kind of training range in the back. He points to the floor, and you guys notice various marks on the floor, just like taped X's at various distances away from the dummy, which currently has about 5 arrows in its head. Stretch, I need you to stand at that mark. And he points to the one closest to the target. Do you follow his instructions?
Yeah. Also, my name fucking isn't Stretch, and do not call me that.
All right, Stretch.
You hear
Oh,
Oswald
no.
cough and then say Stretch.
You see River put her face in her hands and goes, "Oh no, I'm gonna be the Blink of this group."
Hood looks over his shoulder at you, Oswald, and goes, "Shut up, Doolittle."
That's a nickname I'll accept.
So, Stretch, I
Don't
need
fucking
you.
call me that.
I need you to hit that target.
With what?
Your fist.
Excuse you?
Come on, Rubber, do it.
Excuse you? I'm not a condom.
Oh, better name. Come on, Con.
River tries to punch him.
Give me a fighting check.
Sweet Jesus, good thing it still has 0. That was an 8.
Yeah, you miss him entirely.
Yeah, that seems about right.
Good. Use that anger. Hit that.
She doesn't move from her spot and tries to just hit it by flinging her fist towards it.
Give me a fighting check, and I'm gonna bring over a mechanic from D&D. Give me a fighting check at disadvantage.
Oh, fun. Alright. I got an 8.
Try to sneakily hit the guy who has the enhanced senses.
Oh no, I wasn't hitting him that time. I was trying to hit the wooden thing. The thing that you wanted me to hit.
Yeah, you miss by a good, 2 feet.
She just looks at her arm that's just delicately placed on the floor, and she's just like, I can't control it yet.
Okay. Go sit. And he points at a bench off to the side.
River sits on the floor.
You got benched.
River sits on the floor.
Just right where she's at.
Uh-huh. If you're not going to properly teach me, I'm going to sit right here. I can be your worst nightmare. It doesn't have to be Princess over there. Learn who you're talking to.
So, let me pull up his character sheet real quick.
How to annoy Hood.
River. So, he bends down, puts his hands on your waist, and tries to lift you.
Alright.
Do you try to get away?
No, I want my torso to expand for the first time with my ass still on the floor.
So, he got a natural 20
No!
to lift you up.
He whips me around like chewing gum.
He picks you up, and you are just rigid. You're a little disappointed that you didn't stretch, and you just just
He lifts
moves
her
you.
up though. She knows what's about to happen, so when he lifts her up, she just goes, "These powers don't always work when I need them to, huh?"
Not until you learn to control them. And he sets you down 5 feet away. Sit, and he goes back over to the. All right, Doolittle.
Yeah.
Tell me, can you understand other things other than your lizards?
Pretty much computers. That's basic machines, actually, not just computers, but yeah, it's pretty much it.
So give me an awareness check real quick.
Okay.
Or give me a perception check if that's higher.
It's the one roll I'm never good at. 17 total.
Okay. You notice what River and Remy probably noticed almost immediately is that Hood wasn't speaking English.
Oh. Okay, well, you got me there.
So yeah, Hood wasn't speaking English. It kind of sounded almost like a mixture of Russian, Chinese, and English. It sounds like a weird language. So, and you just spoke it back perfectly.
Still calm, cool, and collected over there, aren't you, bud?
Remy's eyes are just wide, and she's just like, the hell is going on?
River is fully sprawled out on the floor right now. I just want everyone to know she is laying completely flat, and she's just like, wow, you're just doing that now, huh, bud?
River, give me an intellect check real quick, since you're from the lower district.
I got an 11.
You kind of recognize 1 or 2 words. You recognize the language as the language that a lot of the rates and gangs use. It's almost like Thieves' Cant in D&D.
Okay.
Yeah. Remy, you wouldn't recognize this at all, being from the upper district.
Yeah, I sort of figured.
Oswald, you would have heard this language once or twice, considering lower district people come up to the middle district every so often to shop. But you had no idea you could speak this until you just spoke it back perfectly to...
Hey, James?
Yes.
I just want to know, does Hood have anything on his person?
At the moment, jeans and a t-shirt.
That's it?
If you want to know more, give me Give me an investigation check.
Alright. Got 15.
You see his wallet in his back pocket.
Can I try to take his wallet from where I am?
Give me a sleight of hand check.
Sweet. I got a natural 20.
Ooh.
You are so angry, frustrated, and just downright pissed off that you just kind of glare at Hood, look down, you see his wallet in his back pocket, look at him kind of chatting away with Oswald for a second. You focus on the wallet and your arm stretches enough, your fingers dip into his pocket and pull out his wallet and recalls back.
Does Remy see this happen?
Give me a perception.
Yeah, do you see a giant arm?
Well, I'm wondering if I'm paying more attention to Hood and Oswald talking and trying to comprehend what the hell they're saying, or if I'm noticing the giant arm go across the room and swipe a wallet.
Go for it.
7. I'm more focused on what the hell is going on with the conversation.
You're trying to figure out the conversation.
River puts the wallet in, like, the strap of, like, her leggings or jeans or whatever she's wearing right now and just hides it within, like, the really baggy shirt.
Okay. Hood doesn't seem to notice. He's still talking to his attention is on Oswald right now. So, you can understand me.
I suppose so. I didn't even know I was speaking something else.
Yeah. It's kind of how your power works.
I guess it does.
You can understand and speak certain languages. So, your pets, you can understand animals. You can understand and speak to probably most, if not all, languages. And that's why I talk to you in the lower district speak. So that I could kind of see, that's kind of an uncommon tongue. I wanted to see if you would speak it back. And 3, you said something about talking to your computer last night.
Well, I can talk. I don't know if I can talk to all machines. I haven't really tried, but as far as I know, I can talk to computers. They can talk back, and yeah. Which means I probably don't want to step foot in Data's room because I might fuck everything up.
Yeah, stay out of Data's room. We need that. We need his machine, and that's quite expensive equipment that we would have to steal.
I'm watching this back and forth like a tennis tournament because I assume this is all in the other language.
Now, once you learn to control your ability, you can probably speak any language that you want. So, that being said, yeah, we'll focus on that another day. Go sit with Stretch.
It's fucking River!
I don't care.
Does he sit next to me?
Yeah.
Is Hood's attention on Remy right now?
Yeah.
I show him a little peek of Hood's wallet and then puts my shirt back over it.
I just shake my head.
Motherfucker thought I was useless, huh?
No, apparently you're just a jerk.
Finger guns him.
As you guys are talking, you see Hood turn around.
Oh, the shirt's down. He can't see it.
Cut the chatter.
I give him a very, sarcastic salute.
River goes, who's the jerk now, huh?
Hey, sarcasm doesn't automatically make you a jerk.
Alright, princess. Stand on this mark, same one as River.
I march on over and just mumble to myself, sir, yes, sir.
I might like Remy, don't tell her that.
Hey, Remy!
Don't fucking. She flings herself up.
And I like look over and just see like half a torso on top of us. And just go like, ugh. Like, ugh.
So, based on what I saw last night, it looks like you can control water or some kind of liquid, right?
Sure.
Okay.
Remy hasn't come to terms with it yet. She's just like,
I got angry and things are now wet. I don't know.
You see,
But,
as
like-
soon as you say the word wet, Jira perks up a little bit.
get him down, get him down.
He doesn't like start sprinting over. He just kind of like keeps his eyes on Remy because he knows that she does
Water.
something to water.
Water are coming.
Mhm.
Hood holds up a finger and walks over to the kitchen, and you hear the sink turn on. And he comes back with a pitcher full of water.
I look at it.
Hood puts the pitcher in front of you, about halfway between you and the dummy that he has set up. And he looks at you, takes a couple steps back. All right, make it move.
I look at the water. I look at Hood. I look back at the water. I look back at Hood. And I just go, no.
River's dying in the back. Rivers, you just hear her immediately start cackling.
Hood crosses his arms. No.
No. And then I imagine that I am crossing my arms and just have my head defiantly up in the air, just like looking away from him, and my eyes are closed, like a little 6-year-old. No.
You see Hood shrug, like kind of, okay. Walks over, picks up the pitcher of water, takes a couple steps towards you. Make it move.
I think I know where this is going.
I get in, I lean towards him, and I'm just like, I'll try it again, but in Spanish. No.
That wasn't Spanish. That was English.
River whispers at Oswald, "Was that Spanish?"
So, Hood looks you dead in the eye and splashes you with the water.
And I knew this is exactly where this is going. So I imagine she gets so angry over this that she's like, ugh! And if possible, the water just comes up and just water bends towards him and slaps him.
Give me a fighting check.
Okay, here we go. 12.
You manage to make the water move in kind of a whip-like fashion, but Hood moves out of the way with his enhanced senses, and he just kind of deftly moves out of the way. Good. So, you're defiant. Doolittle, you're kind of receptive. I like you.
I'll take it.
Stretch, we got to teach you how to throw a punch.
River then takes his wallet out of her waistband and goes, "Yeah, but I can swipe from you just easily, huh?"
He sees it, pats his back pocket.
She winks at him. I didn't even fucking move, asshole. I broke Hood.
Kind of gets a little bit of a grin. Okay. Okay.
Yeah, maybe you're not entirely useless type of grin.
With Hood turned around, Remy's gonna notice, and she's gonna look at him, look at the water on the floor, look at him, and is just and get a little smirk, and has it come rocketing towards his head.
Give me another fighting check.
Please be good. Please be. Damn it!
11.
Nope. It's almost like he heard the water rising and he just kind of spins out of the way, looks at you. Nice try, princess.
And now.
Can River be searching around in Hood's wallet and be like, "Hey man, I found your ID." Oh, gnarly picture.
Okay.
We're playing the How to Piss Off Hood game.
You're playing the How to Piss Off Hood game.
Alright, so you do find his ID.
Hey, I have an embarrassing name too. Don't worry, I won't tell anyone. She puts it back in his wallet.
You see Hood go from kind of a little bit of a grin to shock to pure anger.
Oh boy.
River runs. She dips. She tries to find Rodney and or Shade to hide behind.
Hood chases.
Good.
Give me a stamina check. Or an agility. We'll call it agility.
Okay.
No. Athletics. Sorry.
Damn it.
It's running. It's athletics.
You go stamina, that's a 4. You go agility, alright, that's a 2. You give me athletics, it's a fucking 0.
Eh.
I critically failed.
Oh boy. Gets up
So-
and immediately trips.
So you try to stand up. I imagine that you're like sitting crisscross on the floor.
That's exactly what she was doing. She
You
pretzels her.
you try to stand and find your legs aren't, coming apart. If anything, they get more twisted up and you just fall.
She starts screaming for Rodney and or Shade. Very loudly. Echoing off the walls.
Hood is like towering over you right now.
Screaming.
You can feel his rage like radiating off of him.
Screaming so loud. He's going, Rodney! He's going to kill me! He's like, hey man, I'll tell you mine. You can't tell them. I'll tell you mine. I won't tell them either. He's just, name for a name.
Rodney shows up, just poof. Hood, what are you doing?
I may have stole his wallet and saw his ID and now he's gonna kill me. Also,
Rodney kind of looks at you with wide eyes.
and meanwhile, she's just like, also, my legs are twisted up into a pretzel because that's crisscross applesauce, and then they kind of got stuck like that.
You see Rodney's face just distort into like, oh dear, she's gonna die, isn't she?
Rodney, I'm gonna need you to do me a solid.
And Rodney turns around and just puts his hand on Hood's chest and just, okay. Alright.
I told him name. I told him I'd give him my name for his name. I just
Alright, man. Alright, man. Okay. Okay. So she knows your real name. Okay. Okay, it's okay. It's okay. Back off. Trevor, give me wallet. Give me wallet right now.
He throws it.
Rodney has fast enough reflexes. He like whooshes over, catches it, whooshes back. Here, man. Okay, we're gonna take this and we're gonna listen to some music. Okay, upstairs. Come on. And Rodney just like tries to pull him.
I'm sorry, he was being an asshole and he was like pretending to play around with us. I really didn't mean to piss him off. I'm sorry. Please don't kick me out of the club.
But let's not hurt the newbies. Come on. And eventually, like, Rodney, like, gets Hood to go upstairs. So yeah, you guys are just now in the training room.
I'm not going to tell any of you guys my name. He's the only one that's allowed to get it now.
I wasn't really ever gonna ask.
So
Remy's still like looking at the water and is just like, man, move! Like, and it's not working. Like she's trying to figure out a solid way to like move it, and it's just like not moving at all. And she's like, and inside her head, just and move, because she desperately wants to hit Hood upside the head with this water and move.
Princess, Hood's gone.
It's just like white noise to her and move, like just inside her head. She's like just staring at this puddle of water.
River is walking up to Remy, and she just puts her hand on her shoulder, and she's just like, I think it's more emotion based than want.
So after a minute, you guys see Shade materialize in front of you guys. All right, so
River's just like, hi mom, sorry.
So which one of you was he trying to kill?
River immediately shoots up her hand.
Without looking away from the puddle of water, just points to River and goes, that one. And then audibly this time, and move.
And now, trade for trade. River, thrown under bus by Remy. Oh dear. So, let's get you guys out of the hideout for a minute. Let him cool off.
I told him I would give him my real name, like, at school. He'd be the only one that knows it, though. No one else is allowed to know. It's a little bit embarrassing.
You forgot that Data knows, too.
Data knows everyone, so that's not a real thing.
Shade just kind of looks at you wide-eyed and, oh dear, you found out his real name, didn't you?
Yeah, I did.
Oh honey, how are you not dead?
Rodney came in and basically saved her life.
Rodney's a bro.
Oh God bless Party Dad. Okay.
Speed Dad.
Speed Dad.
Fast
Remy.
Daddy.
Remy just goes, ah! And then she realizes it's never gonna work, and then turns around and she like notices that Hood's not there, and she goes, oh.
So
He left like 30 minutes ago.
So, let's get you guys out of here. Let him calm down. Shopping.
Should we go do...
And then Remy gets all excited.
I guess we're fucking going shopping.
So, Remy, when you get excited, the water finally lifts.
I told you it was emotion-based.
Oh, Shade just kind of looks at the water and just, cool. Okay, so, yeah, let's go shopping. Let's get you guys close. First things first, I need all of you guys to make a perception check.
Perception.
Hey!
15.
10.
7.
15.
Okay. River, you are the only person who realizes that Shade, like while you guys are in stores, Shade just kind of tells you guys to go wait outside and she'll pay. River, you're the only one who realizes that she just kind of meanders around for a minute and then exits the store. Like she meanders around for a minute, turns invisible, and walks out the store, pops up in front of you guys. Okay, here you go.
When River realizes this, she takes Shade's hand and just like puts both her hands like covering her hand and goes, "You are going to be my best friend through all of this." And then she lets go and continues to walk.
Cue Oswald being mildly disappointed. So yeah, you guys go to as many different stores as it takes. You guys are in the middle district. So, Oswald, this is kind of home to you. You kind of, it looks, this is where you grew up. This is where, yeah. So you kind of have no reaction. This is kind of your norm. River, you're from Junkyard. You're going, oh.
Oh, there's things here. There's things and stuff.
So, and Remy, you're just kind of like, stores are better on the upper district.
Can I say what River got for the club tonight? Because I assume that's gonna be the end of it.
Yeah.
Yes, please.
So
Let's all share.
Come on.
So she got this tight, all black, little black dress that has almost a shimmer going on the side, and it ends probably 4 inches above her knee, so it's really short. And she has stockings that are ripped in places, and then has clunky boot heels on, and she has all of her necklaces that are wrapped around her and everything.
Okay. Which one of you two wants to go next?
Cow.
I guess me. I'll just get a pair of black jeans, a gray shirt. Actually, no, a blue t-shirt, just regular t-shirt,
Okay.
and a black sweater, zip-up hoodie, and that's it.
I also kind of want to point out that nor Xander or Zeke has ever seen River dolled up. I just want to point that out.
Noted. Remy.
So Remy is wearing high-waisted black pants that have sideways zippers for pockets.
Mm-hmm.
She's got a nice black belt on, and then she's got not dangly earrings, but party looking earrings, I guess. And then she's wearing Converse sneakers that are black, and then her shirt, it's specifically a band t-shirt that she'll tuck in, but it's a band of the future. I don't know, if we were referencing bands now, it would be a Guns N' Roses t-shirt. But she's wearing a band of the future, whatever bands are, if there even are bands or whatever, but it's that kind of a outfit. She looks like she's ready to party.
Okay.
And she's gonna have her hair in her little fishtail braid.
Okay.
River takes her hair out of that fishtail braid and starts shaking it and going, "You can't have it in that."
So you guys make it back to the hideout. Couple things. Shade picked up a couple, another set of male clothes, which, if you guys ask, it's for Rodney.
Oh.
And she does pick up a small flower crown and a small top hat.
The baby section.
Yeah.
I immediately put it on Jira and Pearl.
Okay. You guys get back to the hideout, and Hood and Rodney are nowhere to be seen at first, but you can hear loud rock music coming from upstairs.
River's just I don't want to talk to Hood right now.
You guys have been gone a good 6 hours.
I don't want to talk to Hood right now.
It's about late afternoon-ish. You guys have a couple hours until you guys have to leave. Is there anything you guys want to do?
Is Rodney anywhere around, or we just hear the loud rock music?
if you call for him loud enough, he'll come. Like you
She
suspect
doesn't want Hood to know that she's in the house, even though he probably already knows she's in the house. So
Oh, probably.
So she's
Hood is
just
probably
like,
listening to your footsteps, just like, target acquired. No. Calm down. Remember the music. Pay attention to the music. Okay, and we're calm.
There is something that I know River does want to do, but she wants to make sure no one in the party knows what she's doing. It's nothing like super sneaky. It's basically her writing out her full name and putting it on a piece of paper and kind of following where the rock music is and then putting it under wherever it was coming out and then walk away.
Okay. Give me a stealth check.
Okay. Don't be suspicious. Don't be suspicious.
Don't be suspicious. Don't be suspicious. Don't be suspicious.
I got a 12.
You don't.
In case you keep this in post, I want everyone to know that that is my absolute favorite scene from Parks and Rec, and I sing it to myself all the time when I try to sneak downstairs or whenever I'm trying to be sneaky and people are sleeping.
So it doesn't appear like anybody's really paying attention to you, River.
Okay.
Please tell me it's just Jira staring directly at her.
If
You
you're
just-
staring directly at her, she's just gonna look at Jira and go, shh.
So you see Jira like at the end of the hall, at the end of the walkway, in the upper area, and he just kind of staring right back at you. And like when you shush him, he like sticks his tongue out real quick and just walks on.
She just nods her head like, all right. We have
I like how Jira's just like Jira's like a lesser god now. Like he knows everything. He sees everything. He's always where you least expect him to be.
You do manage to get the piece of paper under the door.
Okay. Now we're homies. Now he has to like me again.
And nothing appears to happen, and you kind of go back downstairs.
Yeah.
A little while later, is there anything you guys wanted to do, Oswald, Remy?
I know I want to do something, but I'll wait to see if Oswald wants to do something.
Not really. Just kind of go back in and lay down.
Okay. So, do they have like bottles of water?
Oh, from the tap, sweetheart.
Yeah.
I was just making sure. So then she's gonna like go like fill up a cup of water and then like go outside and just say I need some air. And then is like gonna go outside and then get to like a decent like nook or a cranny or something and then just sit down. And she's going to try to make the water move with her mind and then try to get like angry, happy, sad, and like just see if it moves based upon her emotions. And what I would love to have is like when she's like super angry, like it works, or when she like gets excited, it works. But eventually I do want her to be like a waterbender in like Avatar. Like that would be like really cool. But like I feel like for right now, since she doesn't want to accept her powers, it's not gonna happen that way yet. So she's gonna just sit there and like focus and try to move it with her mind, but like she doesn't want it to happen at the same time. Like she's trying to like think to herself like this isn't real, like I'm just hallucinating everything and this is just a horrible dream. I can't really move water with my mind.
So I need you to give me a I'm gonna call this a dexterity check.
Okay. 21, my dude. I have a 19 plus 2.
So as you're slowly descending into like this kind of panic attack, you notice the water is starting to rise and take a form of a sphere. It's kind of just floating in front of you.
All right, then I'm going to tell myself, like, out loud, like, okay, let's see if this is real. And, like, just, like, keep saying, like, this is real, this is real, this is real. And, like, reach out, like, very tentatively and just, like, touch it and see if it does anything.
So you reach out and you touch it. It's only a cup full of water, so it's kind of like baseball size sphere. And you reach out and you're almost able to grab it like a solid mass.
And, like, I imagine she's, like, holding it in her hand, and then this is, like, the realization that she, like, comes to, and she's like, holy shit, this is real.
Okay. So while you're doing that, Remy, a little while, it's a little bit later, River, you hear a door open upstairs.
I like so I assume that River's kind of like on the couch downstairs. So what she does is she doesn't realize she's doing this. It's just like her own self-conscious that's doing it. So she tries to like hide like it between like the couch and whatever is like the table or whatever is in front of the couch. What she doesn't realize is that her bottom half is the one hiding and the top half is still up. And she's just like, no, he's suspicious. No.
Don't be suspicious.
Don't
be suspicious.
You watch as Hood kind of comes out onto the walkway, puts his hands on the bars, and looks directly down at you.
Did you get the note?
He kind of looks at you, kind of thinking for a minute. Want to learn how to throw a punch? River?
Yeah, okay. You're not gonna throw it at me, right? I won't be able to survive that.
We'll see.
Alright,
Yeah,
that's fair.
What if he punches you, but then, like, because of your elasticity, it goes back in his own face?
It's like River starts following him and she goes, I mean, it makes sense, right? I'm a fucking treat, huh? Talking about her name.
Alright, Cupcake, come on.
Thank you! She just starts walking with him.
So, for like the next hour, I need you to give me a fighting check.
Okay. How many? Just one?
Just one.
Well, that's still 0 to fighting.
I'll say with advantage, because he is actually teaching you.
Then at 12.
Okay. It's about an hour that he spends training with you, but you go from like wildly flailing your arm to you almost have an actual form. Like you almost know how to throw a quick 1-2 combo. Still don't know how that applies to your powers, but he's at least content with the fact that you can throw a punch.
Okay. River's just like, sorry for napping your wallet. It's just got angry. Felt kind of useless.
Tell anyone you die.
Yeah, same to you, man.
Go get changed.
Alright, bye. I'm gonna say this was a friendship moment for us.
He doesn't respond.
She didn't expect him to.
Yeah, and so it's about an hour before you guys are set to leave.
Really quick.
Yeah.
I'm gonna walk up to Data's room. I'm assuming he's in his room.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm gonna walk up
all
and
his computers.
no, I'm gonna walk up and knock. So hopefully he answers.
Come in.
So I go in and I'm like, hey, Data, do you happen to have like an old computer or something that I can use to see if I can better talk to computers, or I don't know, practice. This is all new to me, so.
Data doesn't even turn around. He just kind of points to a corner in his room where, like, 5 computers are stacked. Take what you wish.
I guess I'll take the best looking one then.
Okay. All of them are a lot better than what you had. So you
alright.
so you take the best looking one, and
Does he hear anything in that room? Do any of the computers, like, does he hear anything in that room?
Yeah, like when I walk in, does anything like start going a little nuts or what?
All the old computers are like, kill us!
no, nothing that
Our father has destroyed us.
nothing speaks to you.
Okay, so I'll just pick up the laptop and look at him and be like, all right, thanks, man. Appreciate it.
Yeah, anytime.
Then I'll go
If
back.
that one breaks, you know where the spares are.
Yep, thanks. Then I'll go back to my room, instantly open up the laptop, and just start fumbling around to see if I can, like, trigger it to start talking again.
Give me an awareness check.
Okay. 11.
Okay. You start fumbling around. You boot it up. It powers on to your eyes almost instantly, and it goes to the home screen, and you hear kind of a voice in your head.
Hello.
So I can just kind of talk to computers. Huh. So what are you called? Do you have a name or anything?
I do not have a name.
We'll work on that later. So yeah,
I'm
I can
gonna call you
apparently.
God.
So yeah, I can apparently talk to you. Nobody else can. So
It's a
I'm
girl, Nickel.
Jesus. I guess I just start, like, I don't know, seeing what exactly I can get the computer to do just in this last hour.
So in the hour, you find that it's pretty much just waiting for commands more than anything. It's it basically keeps looping back to,
What function would you like me to perform?
and
Ooh, you know what? I'm gonna ask it if it has any, like, if it knows of any news-related things for someone named Oswald Silver. Because I'm assuming a bunch of Black Ops guys showing up at an apartment building would make the news. So,
Searching. News article found. Dated
like,
yesterday. SWAT team raids apartment building in Middle District. Target escaped. Please keep an eye out for this man, Oswald Silver.
with a surveillance picture of you.
great. Now I'm like, I'm like a fugitive now. I hate this. All right.
All of us are playing the dopey suspicious game.
Basically. And then at that point, I just thank the computer and be like, okay, so is it personal preference for me to turn you off, or do you turn yourself off?
Would you like me to power down?
Yes.
Powering.
Down.
And it goes black.
Cool. All right. And then
I love
guess
that you gave consent to the laptop.
Well, I don't. Oswald doesn't know if they're like, sentient or anything. So,
I'm giving you the consent. Can you power down for me? Of course.
It might be 3221, but consent is still sexy and required.
exactly. After that, I'll just set the laptop down and then walk out to the main room. Ready to roll.
River's getting dressed for club night. River's like, she's never done this before. She's having a good time. She didn't have a childhood.
This is River playing dress up.
Yeah.
So you guys get prepared for your mission. You guys all step out when you're ready, and you see Rodney, who up to this point you've pretty much only seen in like jeans and t-shirts. He steps out in like slacks, a comfortable looking t-shirt, and a sports jacket,
Ooh.
River whistles.
He blushes a little.
Aww.
All right, you guys ready to go?
Ready as I can be.
River gives him finger guns and then just like shoulder checks him a little bit, like a cute one, and then walks out.
Remy rushes inside real fast, and she's like, "Hold on, just 1 second," and like rushes inside, and then checks underneath of her pillow, and sees like her mom's like crystal necklace, and just like looks at it very like intently, and like holds it in her hands, and then she like confirms that it's there, and then puts it back underneath of her pillow, and like smooths it, and then walks back out, and like basically like fast walks out.
That is where we're going to call a session. Thank you guys so much for listening in. Tune in next week for episode 3. Be sure to check out our social media pages, Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. And for news and our blog, please make sure to check out our website, dicedropblog.com.